come in all colors. Welcome to the Tea Party, everybody. By the end of the day, it's going to be a sea of pastry up here. A couple things. Mic check. Thank you for those who have been paying attention. We don't actually need to do mic checks here at AFP or with the Tea Party because we rent microphones and we contribute to the economy. And it's a very, very fascinating thing. And when we don't have the money from any sponsors like we have at Tea Parties all across the country that have had to do it on their own, we dig into our own pockets because we believe in the message, we believe in the values. Being here, this is a nice room, by the way. Hell of a crowd. When we're talking about Occupy Wall Street, and we're talking about what we're doing here, I wanted to take a minute to go over definitions, because words have meaning. Words matter. And this is a group called Americans for Prosperity, not Americans for screwing other Americans. That's not the name of the group. And by the way, it doesn't fit well on a t-shirt. If you've never looked, if you've never taken the time to take a look and see what prosperity means, let me give you this. I had to use a teleprompter, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. An economic state of growth with rising profits and full employment. With me on this. If prosperity, Americans for Prosperity, you see the name everywhere, is about rising employment and growth, why isn't Occupy Wall Street with us? Because they've proven that they're not about prosperity, they're about the opposite of prosperity. Let me take you to Oakland, California. I myself live in Los Angeles. It's always a pleasure when you can bring people like Andrew Breitbart and myself out to Washington, D.C. in November. Thank you, AFP. I mean, don't get me wrong. Occupy Wall Street had the pleasure in Oakland, California, where it is violent, it is violent, it is violent. Please no longer tell us that you are not violent. It is indeed violent. Your entire thought process is indeed violent. When you can state clearly and explicitly, eat the rich, how the hell is eat the rich not violent? You're talking about using the incisor. It's for ripping off the meat. Animals! Occupy Wall Street wanted to take over the Port of Oakland and close down the Port of Oakland. There's nothing about prosperity in that moment. There is nothing about a better America in that moment. There is nothing that advanced their cause in that moment. The Port of Oakland has on its website a letter to the Occupy Wall Street movement, letting them know that they employ 73,000 people. That they are down in their usage 50% because of competition. And Occupy Wall Street thought that it was their job to prove that you should give up your money because you worked hard to people who are refusing to work. Not all of them, but a majority of them. Their answer to you was to close down a port that provides services to the rest of the country, dollars to the rest of the country, and employs 73,000 people in California. That is the opposite of prosperity. That is the opposite of common sense. And that is the opposite of Tea Party values. The Tea Party, of which I am a proud organizer and host and participant of in Southern California. I have had the pleasure of speaking at Tea Parties around the country. I was there in Madison, Wisconsin. Only in Madison, Wisconsin can a Jewish kid from Brooklyn feel at home. I have watched this movement grow and been unbelievably proud. The Tea Party values of the Constitution, capitalism, fiscal responsibility, and smaller government are all about prosperity. Because what we want is prosperity. What we want is a better America. We want people to be working. We want people to have the opportunity to live their lives the way they see fit, to reach the moment of their happiness. And Occupy Wall Street and those people opposed to you in this room are opposed not to you, but to those values. And because you do not share this inherent value of taking from you and giving to them, they do indeed hate you. And they show it every single day. They show it in every single way. And Andrew Breitbart is more than correct. The press will not tell that story. They refuse to tell that story. And that's why new media is so important. And that's why you spend the time at events like this to understand what is happening to all of us. That we are in a war, a true war, for the values that we hold near and dear.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is about what will America be. This is about what America can be. We have seen from so many who are opposed to cutting spending, who want to increase taxation, who believe in the redistribution of wealth, that somehow that value of taking and redistributing creates a better society. And they want you to be ashamed that you want to be able to live your life your way. Don't ever be ashamed of knowing who you are, what you believe, what you value, and that there are more of you than there are of them.